I hurt my ankle on Thursday, and the pain made sleeping very difficult, you know. So I think this is an experience that many people have. Not necessarily your ankle, could be anything, you know. And what experience am I talking about? Pain and suffering. And the pain was in my ankle. Where was the suffering?
It,
This is quite a big discovery. Now you would normally think, oh, the suffering is in your ankle. No, no, no. The pain was in my ankle. The suffering was in my mind. So, what's mind? Somebody said to me, you know, I think people don't know what mind is. I'm inclined to agree with that person. We all have one. We all have one of these things called mind, you know. But do you know what it is? What is this stream of consciousness? What is it? And, you know, like I said, we've all got one. It's right here in front of us, you know. You don't need any tool or preliminary ritual to be able to know mind, you know. You just sit quietly and look. You don't have to turn your mind in, you don't have to turn your mind out. You just sit quietly and look. And when you look, my experience, I don't know what yours is, my experience is of all kinds of things appearing in my mind. You know, thoughts, memories, feelings, regrets, all kinds of stuff. Actually, you know, when I say look at your mind, look mightn't be the best word, really, you know. Maybe feel is a better word, you know, rather than, you know, rather than using your intellect, you're trying to use a different quality of knowing. Something, okay, something simpler, feeling. And so all these things that appear, actually, you know, things might not be the right word to use either. Because this stream of consciousness is changing all the time. So rather than talking about these things that appear in your mind, isn't it true? They're much more like the ghost of things. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? They're much more like this kind of, you know, like a ghost, you know, like something you can put your hand through, you know. So a thought comes, a feeling comes. Now here's the interesting thing. In an instant, the mind evaluates that. This good. That bad. That not important. And it does this incessantly. It doesn't know when to stop. Everything that appears in mind is either good, bad, or neutral. Is that your experience? It's kind of interesting here. You know, I'm not like a preacher that needs to convince you of something so that I affirm my own beliefs. Do you know what I mean? Is this what it's like? Every little thing, you know. Every Good, bad, or indifferent? And how does mind know? How does mind know this is bad? This, what? How does mind know this? It's got a library. It's got a library of everything that's happened to you, everything that's impressed itself upon you, and it has a rule book. So this is mind. This is what creates suffering and happiness. The mind. And yet, all the time, the stream is changing, It's all changing. And you're present, you're there. And yet all this stuff is changing all the time. But right now, there's no threats. Mind doesn't know this. There's no threats. There's no need to evaluate everything. Right? We can just leave appearances as they are. You're present. The stream is changing. You're open to feeling without rejecting any experience. You're safe. You're just feeling. You're there. The stream changes, but you do not change. The stream changes, but you do not. The stream changes, but you do not. When you're open like this, there's like a spacious quality that reveals itself. just passing by, coming and passing by. In this spaciousness, there's an ease, a freedom from fear. So you're free as long as that openness lasts. See? The stream changes, but you do not. So that openness fades, you know. It's not like you switch on a light and the light stays on. It's more like you ring a bell and it continues, but it kind of fades. When it fades, it can happen that you become a victim of your evaluating mind. But that's normal. Whenever you see you're lost, just open. Don't alter. Just accept. Then things come and they free themselves. Why try to fix what is not broken? You are there. The appearances come. You accept them fully. You accept them fully. They go. All the time, you're just there, unaffected by the appearances. Open, spacious, carefree. The more and more you rest in this openness, the less and less you suffer. And in some ways, the less and less you're happy, because you're just open to everything, you let the happiness go. So the only thing you're left with is like a blissful contentment, which I guess will have to do with some kind of substitute. So Longchenpa summarized all this in one of, I'm sure you've heard it before, in one of his famous kind of, very short kind of poem kind of things. And he said, since everything is but an illusion, being perfect in itself, having nothing whatsoever to do with accepting or rejecting, one might just as well burst out laughing. And it may happen to you. I'm reminded of something somebody told me recently. It may happen to you that you find yourself in what previously was a threatening situation, in something, like say something at work or, something like that. You might actually find yourself just, can I just say it very plainly? Fuck me, this is all ridiculous. But please don't say it out loud. Okay, so I'll release anybody who's got better things to do.